plants and original music by youth composers to create a living legacy unlike any other. We are honored to gather with you today to collectively honor and celebrate women who have served in the Canadian Armed Forces and mark the beginning of this ongoing legacy project with the first 6 commemorations. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the visionary behind this project and this unique space, founder and president of Veteran Farm Project Society, Sergeant Jessica Miller.
Yay. I got my security water. I'm good. Yes, so I am Sergeant Retired Jessica Miller, Army, Navy, did it all because I was a medic and I bounced around everywhere. And my last bounce was to this farm. And so I just want to thank everyone who has come out today, those of you who've supported us along the way. This is our 9th year doing what we're doing, and we've only gotten bigger and better each year as the time goes on. And I'm incredibly proud and honored to have so many women veterans who come participate in our workshops and participate in volunteering in the gardens, because I kind of do it all by myself and it gets lonely. I'm looking at Marnie over there. Yeah, so just a little quick background for anyone. The Veteran Farm Project started here in 2018 when Steve and I purchased this derelict horse farm that had been abandoned, and the grass was like up to here. It was nothing like this. And out of a necessity for myself to spend time with other women, the Veteran Farm Project concept came to be. And the way we started off actually was with our food program. And we grew all the vegetables and the bread and everything that was then donated through the Legions to veterans facing food insecurity. We've carried that through since then, since 2018, and we've carried it right through till today. We're beginning our year-long donation program starting in September for the families that have been identified, and we also continuously support the Halifax and Shearwater MFRC community pantries. And unfortunately, these pantries are for serving members and their families, and we can't keep up with the amount of donations needed. And that's really something to think about. Our serving members are struggling that hard. So that's just a little bit of what we do. We do also do our workshop programs that are free for everyone. We try to ensure that we have no barriers to access for, we have no barriers to access. So we work hard to ensure that, our programs are free for anyone who would like to participate, not just women veterans, serving women, it's also community, because the way I've always approached it is that we don't support a service number, we support the holistic family as a whole, whether they're divorced or separated, together, or your uncle was in the military, because in Nova Scotia you can't throw a stone without hitting somebody who's related to somebody who's in the military. So so we try to incorporate all women to find a space for peace, coming together, and just finding camaraderie amongst other women who may not have walked in your shoes, but understand what you've been through. And that was really important for me when this all started, because it wasn't just for others, I needed it too. So as the garden has grown and as we've done more, I've found my healing has gotten, I've grown with it. And, 8 years ago, I would never have all of you sitting here in front of me. So why the Honor Garden? Just a second. Why the Honor Garden? So there's a few people here who might understand this. I was sitting in my office. It was, I can't remember, it was late fall, and I was bored out of my mind on a Zoom call. Or Teams call, who knows. But what it was a call to create the TORs for the very first Women Veterans Council that I then actually ended up being on, selected to be on. So that's a funny full circle. But I was sitting there while everybody was talking over each other and trying to like, no, we should do this, this, this. And I was just like, I started tuning out a bit. And I just texted Emily, my partner in crime for this, Honor Garden. And I texted her, I said, I got an idea. What do you think of this? And that's kind of how it started. And that was almost 3 years ago. And so this has been a labor of love, passion, consideration, and I don't want to get emotional, but I'm very proud to honor the women that are here. I'm proud to honor them in a living legacy. I'm proud to honor them with Emily and her students. And I hope this becomes a lasting legacy for everyone to enjoy. Like I tell people all the time, the farm isn't going anywhere. We're glued to here. We've put too much effort into the farm to go anywhere. So, So tonight is an opportunity to learn more about these women veterans, to listen to the music, to reflect. But I don't want it to be a sad evening. Let's honor these women with the passion that we have for all veterans. Because these women, whether it was during a Great War, or Korea, or in service, accidents, deployments, they all matter. They all matter, and we should all honor them, because there's nowhere else right now where women are honored in Canada. So this is the first time that we will be able to give space to just women. And as you hear probably a lot, as an equity deserving group, I put a little extra equity into that group because I just want everyone to know that women veterans matter. And we will, yes. And we will continue to matter, and we will continue to push boundaries, and we will continue to raise hell to any members of VAC. Anybody show up? Oh, that's very interesting. So, and we'll continue to push VAC for the changes that all women deserve, whether they're serving, they're retired, or they've recently retired, or they've been out for 20 plus years. It doesn't matter. We all deserve to be respected for what we've done. So with that, I get to now pass this on to Emily to have her remarks. So.
Thank you, Jessica. I'd like now to introduce the founder and president of Music for Veterans Project, and somebody I know quite well, Emily Armour.
Hi, everyone. It's such a privilege to be able to hear what you just shared, Jess, and to have been a part of this. And it's just the beginning. It's going to be amazing. I am really excited to share with you a little bit about the music that we will hear today and explain to you how music and nature are brought together in conversation here in the Honoring Garden. MVP, or Music for Veterans Project, is a program that began about 5 years ago. It provides youth the chance to compose music inspired by people who serve in the armed forces. There is no other project like that anywhere in the world, and currently there have been over 100 pieces of music written. So students from across the country can now participate in this, and they can contribute to ongoing projects like this one, as well as Oaks of Remembrance on Vancouver Island. We also provide a chance for students to write music for veterans where they can play their works live on armed forces bases as well. Every piece of music in the MVP program has been directly inspired by the single person who had served. This creates an amazing historical document, but it's also incredibly valuable for the young people who get to be a part of it. to elaborate a little bit more on how Jessica and I met, I had the pleasure of meeting her through the MVP program because a student of mine wanted to compose a piece to honor her. And the work was called The Sargent Farm. And Finley was about 8 years old when she wrote this piece. And as you can imagine, it was inspired by Jessica's focus and hard work and passion for creating a space for women after her time in the armed forces. I think for me, that moment of Jessica receiving the piece of music helped to plant the seed in my mind on how to bring nature and the music these students write into conversation. I often speak about the number of works in MVP as an anthology. I found out that the Greek origin of that word is a gathering of flowers, which I had no idea about, but it seems like it fits. Honoring Garden truly is the embodiment of a gathering of nature, of voices, and now of art. The space embraces the impermanence of life, and it activates the senses. In just a few moments, I'm honored to share with you recordings of the first 6 works that were written by youth for this new space. These works, like all the works in the MVP program, were created from a place of respect, of kindness, of wonder, and of appreciation. Because these women served and signed the blank check, we have the chance to enjoy a lot of things that make life a meaningful and beautiful existence. Things like music and gardens. I hope these pieces will also remind us of the empathy and kindness that exists in the voices of these youth.